The To Be Determined Show live Wednesday nights, 9 Central Standard Time. Join myself, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, the Grand Design, Clyde Braddock, and the Magic City Monroe, Fast Eddie Layne, as we take you to the edge of uncensored. Yes, we go uncensored, so make sure you have your earmuffs. Ask your parents, for those of you that are a little young, maybe under 18, but make sure if you have any heart conditions or any mental defects, please listen, because they may take effect right here live every Wednesday night, 9 Central Standard Time. Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com.
The views and opinions expressed by the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, are of my own and no one else, nor do they reflect Beyond Ringside. So, ladies and gentlemen, due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live, and I'm trying to put over the show as quick as I can on Facebook. Welcome to the To Be Determined Show, Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com, as well as ProWrestlingRadio.net, and several other outlets. Thank you to Al Getz and Reverend Dan for having me on last night on their podcast. I can't think of the name of it. I was just so happy to be there. I was like the Chinese guy at a barbecue.
How we manage.
What?
Somehow we manage.
Yeah, somehow we manage, but, it was great. We talked about managing, obviously, and, you know me, you give me an hour. Dude, I went an hour easily talking about in-depth. And that was the thing. They want to go in-depth with my character, the Wicked Nemesis. Okay. And then say to hit my high points. I said, yes, sir, I will definitely try. And I failed miserably. So I do apologize for that. There's a lot of rambling. But, of course, if you ask me about the Wicked Nemesis, there's a lot involved. And I figured out something. First of all, we want to say thank you to everyone joining us. You heard the man just a second ago. He is the Magic City Motormouth, my producer extraordinaire, and, of course, the host of Beyond Ringside Radio Network and Beyond Ringside, which you can catch on this very, very network and all the other outlets, Sunday evenings, 5:30 Central Standard Time, live. Fast Eddie Layne. Eddie, how you doing this evening?
It's been a great week. I really enjoyed it, and I got this feeling that it's just going to keep getting better.
And she is back. Everyone missed her Saturday night at GCW. Ladies and gentlemen, my much better half, the one and only Angie Nemesis. Angie, how you doing this evening?
A little better. Getting better every day.
Well, we know your neck's still hurting, but we did miss you Saturday night. Everyone sends their best wishes.
Yes, I missed everyone so much. This is the very first GCW event I've missed since, let's just pull back the curtain. You and I have been together, and so that's been a while. So, yeah, I missed everyone, and thank you to everyone who messaged me. I really appreciated that. That meant the world to me and made me feel a whole lot better. So, I did love and miss you guys on Saturday and every day.
Day. That was it, day. Okay, so, as we were speaking, Eddie?
Yes?
I totally went on a rambling rant when you talk about the Wicked Nemesis. When you go in character, I start talking about things. It was a ramble, but thank you to Getz and them for letting us on. Eddie, I take pride in my gimmick, but something kind of dawned on me last night. So, I was under the assumption that everybody was a wrestling manager trained as a wrestler.
Nope.
Apparently fucking not. I think I may have the biggest goddamn fucking rib in the world pulled on me, training to be a wrestler, just to go out and be a wrestler. Dan was like, well, I took a few bumps, brother. I'm like, I was like, you shitting me? I think that was the only time I cussed on their podcast, too. I was like, you shitting me?
You know what? Even if it were a rib, how much better? You were amazing, great. You knew wrestling backwards, forwards. You knew the history. You knew what it took to be a manager. Then you trained. Now, look where it's got. Look where that has gotten you. So, Riv or not, I mean, come on.
Well, I told Reverend Dan off air that I was going to punch him. Super nice guy. I love him to death.
Well, yeah, that's a whole nother, he's on a whole nother
Yeah.
level. Those guys.
Whole nother level.
Get on my level, dog.
Get on my level, dog.
But yeah.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Speaking
Sir?
of, I don't know if you ever caught the live or replayed Stone Cold podcast when Austin had AJ Styles on there. And actually, I think I may have told you this Saturday, but Styles actually gave Dan Wilson credit for the phenomenal one, or the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Good. Awesome. He should.
I am applauding in the background. Bravo.
He made the reference originally to Dan the Dragon Wilson, which longtime fans over in the southeastern U.S. are going to know that Dan the Dragon Wilson, of course, commentator as well as manager, evolved into the Reverend Dan Wilson. So, yeah, like it was when Grubby, Stan Grubb from Corner to Corner, actually got with me on that first.
Well, that's awesome. When was that? When did that happen? Monday?
A week ago Monday.
God damn it. See, I didn't know that. I already told Dan, people don't understand. Okay, you see the Bray Wyatt character, that's Reverend Dan and Wicked Nemesis combining being on a national stage. And they made a very good point, too. And this is to their credit. We were talking about promos and how people don't sell. Like, no one sells a match. People just go out and they just ramble, they just talk. It's like Donald Trump, as I said, talking about Brexit, about Great Britain leaving the EU. It all makes a bunch of nonsense. You're talking about you guys and everything in Scotland. That's not in Great Britain. That was Scotland. They voted to stay Donald Trump, you stupid fuck. But I digress. Reverend Dan, it's good to see, a shout out to guys like that. But he did, we saw a video recently. They were talking about the origins of AJ Styles, and they mentioned Rick Michaels. Rick Michaels training him and, give him a big break. And
We applauded.
yeah,
We were so happy. So great to see people that we know that did what they did for these guys, and they're finally getting credit for it.
yeah.
Good for them, and good for AJ Styles. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
No, it
you. I'm
definitely
so
is.
happy for those guys.
It is, and it's AJ. It's because AJ's been put on that scale.
Absolutely.
AJ's from, well, I know he was born in North Carolina, but still, he, is a
He's a
Georgia boy.
Ah! You owe me a Coke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just got beer. Tonight's episode being brought to you by Miller High Life. Supposedly, the champagne of beers. We'll go with that.
We need Tubby Thunder to come back on that one.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of reverends.
The champagne.
Yeah.
But,
Yep.
a draft kind of night. Eddie, this past Saturday, unfortunately, Angie wasn't there. You and I were there to witness GCW. This Saturday, we have Peach State Wrestling Alliance, Carrolton, Georgia. I believe it's at the VFW Fairgrounds again, correct?
Negative. We are still at Central Elementary School. Thank God for air conditioning.
Did we piss somebody off at the VFW Fairgrounds?
No,
Yes.
VFW Fairgrounds doesn't have AC, dude.
Thank God, I know that, but still. Anyway, so
I mean, I don't
We'll
like
be-
I don't like using the term ballsack hot, but believe me, it's going to be that damn hot, and I'm going to be happy to be in Central Elementary School with air conditioning.
oh my God, Pro South this past Friday night, I went down as the liaison, believe it or not, for the Athletic Commission to keep Columbine's, Brandon Cullum, keep his power drunkenness in check.
Wow, he kind of lost it, right?
It was so hot. Oh my God, it was so hot. I had purple sweat running down my face. It was
And your
so
new
hot.
polo shirt.
Yes, and my new, and
Yeah.
I did have to pull a vet card, and I pulled 4 or 5 of the young guys. I said, "Hey guys, I hate to pull my vet card. Get the fuck out of my way. Get me over here by this fan." There was one fan. Luckily, they had one. It was hot as fuck. But this past Saturday, we were at GCW. This Saturday, Peach State. We will talk about that later on. Eddie, big returns, big surprises. Well, kind of. There were some switch-arounds on the card subject to change.
Of course.
At Hill City Civic Center, but the return of Clyde Braddock, the Grand Design, and the Bosnian War Child, Spiral, back at GCW.
And amazingly enough, the returning Clyde Braddock led off the night facing off against Joey Lightning. Now, I've got to sit back and say this. I know how Wick is going to respond to this, but I'm also going to go ahead and lay this out there. when you have somebody that has been busting their ass to make positive strides since their return, I have it on great authority that Joey Lightning has been making regular appearances at the House of Pain to stay in condition, to help work on his cardio, to help get his ring presence back full scale. I really will sit back and say that Joey Lightning Clyde Braddock was a good leadoff match this past Saturday. And now Wick goes into Shredder and turning on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Ah!
Enjoy the
Who the fuck punches somebody in the side of the fucking ear? Joey Lightning punched Clyde Braddock in the side of the ear. And I thought, oh my god, Joey's about to die. It was so obvious that everybody said, ooh. I looked at the crowd and said, who punches somebody in the side of the ear?
Mick Foley.
He took an ass whipping. Joey has progressed. Joey had a good tag team match. His promos have gotten very well. He is starting to find his gimmick, and that's what it's about. But wrong place, wrong time. It was nothing personal against Joey Lightning. Clyde Braddock, it would have taken an act of nature. It was originally scheduled to be Logan Creed.
Yep.
Against Joey Lightning, or Logan Creed against Clyde Braddock, and Joey Lightning somehow got into this match, and Joey paid for it. Joey put on a decent performance. Joey is starting, his cardio is picking up. He's not as winded as he was 3 minutes into a match. But Joey, why are you going to try to, why do you try to out wrestle a wrestler? I don't understand that.
I don't blame him for trying his hand.
What?
I don't blame him for trying his hand.
Fucking mind, Eddie Layne. You know better than that. Don't try to take it for that motherfucker.
No, I'm not taking it. No.
I looked him dead in his face as he was like trying to stalk me down. I was backing up. I said, Joey, don't be mad at me. You're the one trying to out wrestle a wrestler. Sorry. No, it's not. I can be a manager. I can be a babyface manager and get away with saying that. That happened.
Yeah.
But he did that. It was a good match. It was a good match. Most times you see a fast-paced match get started off to start off a show. This was a wrestler against a striker. Joey is coming around. This was not his match to make that curve. Next up, I forgot.
Second match of the night, the Mystic from San Monique, Mudbone, taking on the Oklahoma Cowboy, Jack Gunn. Now, do me a favor, I've got to do this. Mudbone has had some good challengers in young talent over the last couple of months. Big K. Holmes absolutely rose to the occasion against Mudbone last month at Global Warfare. Jack Gunn showed that he has what it takes to make it in pro wrestling this past Saturday night against Mudbone. Look, I'm going to sit back and say there were genuine moments where I wondered, not worried, but wondered if Gunn could put together that one more big match combination in order to try to sneak out or eke out a victory against Mudbone. Not going to say steal. I'm going to say sneak out. Because against some veterans, that's what you have to do. If you can sneak it in to where you get a 3 count, guess what? You've done good. But Gunn gave a great account for himself, and of course, Mudbone is a tried and true. Plain and simple. He is part of that vanguard that you hear me speak about. And I'll explain a little bit more about that concept and theory in a few minutes. Wick, your thoughts. Go for it.
Well, didn't we talk about the vanguard last week?
We did to a degree, but I was going to go a little bit different detail.
Okay. Oh, we talked about it on commentary. Eddie is exactly right. Eddie is right. He's a pillar of Vanguard, whatever. Mudbone, Night Prowler, both of those guys. You also look at Joshua Hagan and Dan, like you were saying. But I want to say this. Jack Gunn is like, he is slowly starting to come around. He is slowly starting to buy in to the Jack Gunn gimmick. And that's what it starts at. He has to buy into that gimmick. Then start to slowly come around, and he has. His in-ring talent is getting better. He can throw a hell of a right hand. which I've seen some people throw terrible right hands. You know who you are out there.
Steve
you think
Austin.
I'm talking about you? Not Michael Steele, goddammit.
Stone Cold
Not
Steve
Michael
Austin.
Steele, fuck that. Michael Steele will fuck you up with that right hand. Every big man needs to look at Michael Steele's right hand. But if they think, is Wicked talking about me? I'm probably talking about you and your fucking stupid ass right hand. But Jack Gunn throws a good right hand. Put on a hell of a match in his way. But once again, coming up just short. That spine buster. That's it. And the old Mudbone is starting to come back. He's starting to become that striker, starting to become more offensive. It's not, he was reckless there for a little bit. He would throw headbutt after headbutt, throw somebody to the ground. Now he's starting to become methodical, slowly but surely. Again, I like to see this Mudbone back. Eddie?
And speaking of, after the match was over with, Mudbone started to go back even darker into his past and was getting ready to perform a ritual that I had not seen in quite a while. And Big K Holmes managed to come out and even out the odds a little bit against Bone. And he also captured, Big K did. Big K got a souvenir from Saturday night. No one has ever dared open that bottle except for Mudbone. And Big K, brother, I'm going to tell you like it is. Don't do it. In the words of Jackie Gleason in the role of Buford T. Justice from Smokey and the Bandit, you can think about it, but don't do it.
They do realize that stuff's cursed.
Yeah.
Anything Mode has that has is cursed. And on top of that, look, Jack Gunn, as he told me backstage, I talked to him about this, asked him, was he ready for his match? He said, yes, sir, but, I'm a God-fearing man. This voodoo stuff just ain't up my alley. I said, dude, I completely understand they don't have that out in Oklahoma, but yeah, that was probably one of his fears. I have a fear of sharks. That man definitely has a fear of anything that isn't Jesus Christ and God. That goes for you too, St. Peter. You better watch out. That is a religious joke that like 17 people got.
Yep.
We got it, so fuck them. Okay.
Very true. Originally, this past Saturday night in Pell City, it was supposed to be Veronica Fairchild one-on-one with Malaya Hosaka. And I understood originally that it was supposed to be a GCW Ladies Championship match. Well, unfortunately, earlier in the week, Veronica Fairchild injured her ankle and was not cleared to wrestle. So what?
Hold on, Eddie. Now let's say something about that. She injured her ankle wrestling in Mississippi. So that was the thing, is like she was actually in ring whenever she hurt herself. So she finished off that match and then didn't realize how bad it was until a couple of days later. I digress, sir. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. Perfect. But from there, Veronica offered up her own substitute, if you will, in a discovery, as she calls her, named Brooklyn Page. Well, from there, and I guess this was done with the clearance of the front office. I don't have a frickin' clue. Wasn't on my run sheet. Oh, wait, we don't have those.
Nope.
we don't use those. Good idea. Apparently, she had been given the authority to make that a number one contenders match. So Brooklyn Page took on Malaya Hosaka, where the winner would get a GCW Ladies Championship match. Wick, I'll let you take it from there.
Brooklyn Page, anybody that's been over Georgia knows her work. Known more as a ballet, but transitioning into a manager, but also does some wrestling. Not many matches. Jimmy Ray fucked her up with an STO clothesline, so that was awesome. She took it like a champ. But this match, Brooklyn brought everything she could into this match. She had that small opportunity. Anybody can get pinned. it wasn't her time. And now we have a certified number one contender for that GCW women's title. My question is this. Who's going to be the champion? Veronica may be facing surgery. I mean, this may be really, really bad for Veronica. Is she going to be able to go through a whole match injured? One thing is finishing a match, even if you go 13 minutes injured after, what she did. Another thing is to go and wrestle an entire match with an injured ankle that has been setting up, that you've been resting. What do you think about that, Eddie?
Unfortunately, I have to take the cop-out answer and go, only time will tell. Because the way things look right now, Veronica has not been very forthcoming about the extent. And she has her doctor under doctor-patient privilege as far as a confidentiality agreement goes. So until the front office can find a way to get the necessary information on the status of that ankle and that leg, the whole thing has just been put in limbo. I mean, I did find that much out in the last couple of days. And I respect the fact that Veronica doesn't want to easily let that title go. I know that through everything that she's done, she wants to be known as a fighting champion. But lo and behold, I still have to sit back and say, the whole scenario is going to take time to unfold. Wick?
Also conspicuous by his absence was Howard C. Cross. I mean, I don't know how much input he had on finding Brooklyn Page. Maybe none, maybe a lot. But Brooklyn tried, and Brooklyn come up a little bit short. I'm glad that she's okay, because that finish, whew. You have to see that when GCW puts it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Next up, sir.
Well, it was originally scheduled to be a one-on-one match for the middleweight championship. Things changed. I'm not sure exactly how they changed. I'm not sure exactly why they changed. But the match was made a triple threat, single fall, as Dylan Cook was added to join Xanders in challenging. Okay, Dylan Cook versus Xanders versus the GCW middleweight champion Josh O'Hagan. Xanders stole the night. I wish that blue padded area for the walkway had not been there. Because when Xanders came out to relax by Frankie Goes to Hollywood, riding a scooter to combat the mind games and the name calling by one Josh O'Hagan, I popped.
I did too.
I'm standing there with my jaw hitting the ground going, hell yeah, and I just had to applaud it. Xander showed that he wasn't going to take any crap off of O'Hagan. Which O'Hagan's used to being the one in the catbird seat with the mind games. But here's the trick. He can back it up with talent in the ring. The one who was the wild card in the situation was the Dream Chaser, Dylan Cook. How would the dynamic of the match be changed by adding someone who is more of a pure wrestler into a catch-as-catch-can and high-flyer style? The dynamic of the match was totally changed. Of course, you do that anyway most of the time when you add a third person. But when the third person has that, here comes the phrase, the unique contrast in styles from the other two participants. Xanders will go to the air. Josh will go to the air. Josh will go to the mat in a heartbeat too. Sometimes in the ring. And you add Dylan Cook, who has been working on a stand-up game, as well as working on taking it to the air, to add that to a very accomplished ground game, decorated amateur wrestler. There were moments where I was worried that Josh was not going to walk out with the title. The reason why I say it like that is when you open your mouth and run it to that degree, I basically on commentary and as an announcer, and even when I was commissioner, I have that hope that you can stand behind your words. But remember, in a triple threat match, here comes your math. A 1 in 3 chance that you will not leave with the title. Triple threat, fatal 4-ways, 6-pack challenges favor a or the challengers instead of the champion. For those who don't quite grasp that yet after all these years, thank you, Extreme Championship Wrestling. All 3 gentlemen gave a tremendous account for themselves. No doubt whatsoever. Dylan showed he belonged. Xanders proved he belonged. O'Hagan proved why he's the champion. Wick?
Okay, this was definitely match of the night. As everyone knows, I talk to Charles Xanders pretty regularly. It was so hard to keep this a secret. It was so hard to keep that entrance a secret. And it's mind games. It's mind games. Look, if you know who Charles Xanders is and you live in the Southeast, shame on you. What he did at Peach State, what he did at GCW's past Saturday, what he's been doing at Pro South on a consistent basis every motherfucking Friday night in Piedmont, Alabama, with it being 42,000 degrees in there. Like, you have to know this guy. You have to know who fucking Charles Xanders is. There's no reason that he should not be booked Ring of Honor right now. You tell. Am I correct, Eddie?
Oh, you're very correct.
He is fucking, and he's getting better. He's like 12, and to see him go out and do all this, let's talk about just the in-ring work. Okay. Anybody that's been a part of a triple threat match will tell you it's one of the hardest matches because you got to worry about everybody else and what they're doing. Dylan fit smoothly into this match.
Oh, yeah.
This match, and once again, what is the main factor in these great matches that happen at GCW all the time? There's one factor. Who is it?
Us on commentary.
It's Joshua O'Hagan. That little motherfucker right there is the motherfucking engine that could. He pisses me off, the talent he has. Share that shit around. Are you Kanye West stealing beats, motherfucker? Are you saving all the beats? Just keeping them for yourself? Goddamn, you got him on lockdown? Love lockdown?
Can you pick a better artist? Because I've heard a couple of his new songs and they suck ass.
Give a shit.
Oh,
care.
Kanye.
I don't care.
He does good by everybody else now, just not for himself.
I don't care.
It's kind of like anybody touched by Jay-Z. Their music goes downhill. Rihanna, Beyonce.
Yeah, we'll talk about that for another time. I don't agree with that. But Charles Xanders may be the Jay-Z of professional wrestling. I'm just playing. Charles Xanders is a name that you definitely need to know. Dylan Cook come into this. It's a name you definitely need to know. Those two young guys took it to the wily veteran that is Joshua O'Hagan and took everything that they had to the table. Joshua able to come out victorious. But he's not going to be at 100%, I promise you that. And neither is Dylan, and neither is Charles Xanders. Dylan Cook, Charles Xanders, Joshua O'Hagan. That match right there that was worth the admission for everyone, I promise you that. And everyone was on their feet.
I can't wait to see it.
It is great. I hate anyone that missed it, especially you, Angie.
Oh, no.
It was awesome. From the entrance on, and I know the entrance won't be on TV, and I'm sorry to everyone. Come to a live event. You never know what you're going to see. The TV doesn't catch up. Eddie, I got the footage.
Yes.
Next up, sir.
Actually, let's go and go to the bottom of the hour break. We can catch it on the backside.
Now we'll catch you on the flip side. Catch you on the flip side. The YouTube Entertainment Show live Beyond Ringside Radio Network, BeyondRingside.com, as well as the Beyond Ringside Radio app and ProWrestlingRadio.net.
Sunday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern here on BeyondRingside.com. Join us for the Midnight Black Mass. Myself, the Reverend Dan Wilson, brings you the dark gospel of professional wrestling, uncensored, unedited, uncut, and not for the faint of heart. You can find out more about us at youtube.com/pottyhumor or subscribe at Potty Humor on iTunes and Stitcher today.
Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motormouth Fast Eddie Layne with your invitation to join yours truly, along with Mark Mabo Bowman and the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com for all of upcoming show information, and of course, catch us on social media as well. Until then, we'll see you this Sunday, 6:30 Eastern, for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
What's up, everybody? It's Stan Grubb for Corner to Corner Wrestling Radio and the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Hey, join us every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as the triple threat of wrestling radio goes live every week, giving you their thoughts and opinions on the world of professional wrestling. Myself, Brian, and Rob, all live, all here for you. And as my good friend Rob would say, from corner to corner and pillar to post, we bring it to you every week at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. BeyondRingside.com and ProWrestlingRadio.net.
The To Be Determined show live Wednesday nights, 9 Central Standard Time. Join myself, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, the Grand Design, Clyde Braddock, and the Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Layne, as we take you to the edge of uncensored. Yes, we go uncensored, so make sure you have your earmuffs. Ask your parents, for those of you that are a little young, maybe under 18, but make sure if you have any heart conditions or any mental defects, please listen, because they may take effect right here live every Wednesday night, 9 Central Standard Time. Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com.
Back for the To Be Determined show. We are live once again. Eddie, we were talking about the next match. Do people know this match? Go right ahead, sir. Introduce this match.
That would be one-on-one encounter. The Night Prowler and the Kryptonite Killer, Michael Steele.
Michael Steele has been on fire as of recently, even though he lost against Eric Wayne on his docket. One of the best right hands. You talk about a vanguard, a pillar of GCW. Prowler's one of those guys. 2 strikers back and forth. Prowler did everything he could, man. He pulled out every stop. Michael Steele was just one step ahead of him each time. He didn't want to get up for that finish. He fought it. Michael Steele used every bit of strength he had. Hit the Kryptonite Killer on Night Prowler in the middle of the ring. That is a big win. And once again, Michael Steele back on track for that heavyweight title. Eddie?
I'm sorry, I just had to crack up something. Rob Conway, former WWE superstar as well as former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, just posted something which was a flashback memory from a couple of years ago as it pertains to his action figure on tour. And I'm sitting back going, damn it, that's the one thing I haven't done, is take the Fast Eddie Layne action figure on tour. Mainly because my dad would kill me if I ever tried to take it out of the house. Just Jack, wherever you are, brother, you are appreciated. Thank you again for doing that action figure. My parents, God love you. My parents appreciated it just as much as I did, and that's a hell of a lot. When you're talking about individuals such as the Kryptonite Killer, Michael Steele, you're talking about a person, actually 2 individuals, and I'm going to put the Night Prowler in the same classification as Michael Steele. Because the fact that you've got 2 veterans that know where they are every second, they know their style, they know their opponents, they do their homework, they learn. The art of being a veteran in the world in professional wrestling also encompasses, among other factors, the ability to learn and adapt. That is what Michael Steele and the Night Prowler do when they face off against individuals of that ilk. When you have Michael Steele, who has done a lot in this business and continues to learn, when you have individuals like the Night Prowler, who's done a lot in this business and continues to learn. You know that you are going to be in for a very good physical yet psychologically telling match. These two men knew what the hell they were doing every second. They knew that just because somebody was going to get the upper hand one second, that they'd be able to get it back the next. I would like to see a rematch between these two. They had a great match. I think that they can even take it to another level against each other. I would like to see that somewhere down the road. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, definitely. Two hard hitters like that back and forth. Definitely. We'll pay for that.
Definitely.
Next up, sir.
So what?
I said next up, sir.
Sixth match of the night. As you have now been referring to him, I will run with that. The Extinction Level Event. 6 feet 9 inches tall, 315 pounds. Logan Creed. Taking on the returning Bosnian war child, Spiral. Wick, I'll let you go that one first.
No. You go first on this because I'm going to go off on a little bit of a rant here. So you go right ahead, sir.
Okay. I think Logan Creed has all the potential in the world. I think that he let the hype and the hyperbole and the fan reaction towards Spiral get the best of him. If Creed would have stuck to his game plan, Spiral could not have beaten him. I've watched him fight. I've watched him wrestle. Logan Creed shows a lot of promise. He would be the cornerstone. And I think Bill Barron's beat me to the punch on this. Logan Creed would make a great enforcer in time as he gets even a little bit more experience. He has a good killer instinct. He needs that killer instinct. Spiral was on a mission, but he ran against a brick wall, and he had a hard time knocking that wall down, and you could see it. I think, this is just me, I think Spiral was lucky to get that win Saturday night. If I'm on the championship committee, I know that Spiral is in line for an automatic rematch against the Dream Killer Eric Wayne. But if it weren't for that automatic rematch, which is coming up soon, would I have elevated him up the championship ladder even though he did win? I don't know. I'm not sure. Wick?
Okay. Logan Creed, amazing talent. Logan Creed is missing just that, the killer instinct. When you look at someone like Logan, look at where he's become, he has all the potential in the world. But this was a returning Spiral. Spiral had something to prove to everyone after his loss from Eric Wayne. He proved he's back. You throw everything you want to against him, somehow he survives. And that's what he did. He survived, he won. Logan Creed definitely is someone to look out for in all of the Southeast. Least we not forget, Spiral was only gone for 60 days after taking a fireball to the face. He's resetted himself. He is refueled. Is he replenished? Definitely not. Not 100%. But Eric Wayne has a target on his back. Eric Wayne has a target on his face. Eric Wayne has a target on his chest. And more importantly, he has a target around his waist in that GCW world title. And that's what it was about.
I want
Logan was next in line. He got taken down. He was supposed to wrestle Clyde, only to lose to Spiral. Great encounter, but it just wasn't enough, sir.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to come clean. I know, based on what I've been told, that Spiral had been dealing with a couple of nagging injuries going into the championship match with Eric Wayne. Now, I'm not going to undersell the importance of the fireball, but I'm going to ask you a legitimate question. And no, I'm not being heel on this, kids. I'm just being real. Big difference. 2 letters, technically. Was Eric Wayne at the right place at the right time and did the right thing even without the fireball against Spiral?
Eddie, you know, 8 months ago, Spiral hurt his ankle.
Yeah.
His match against Mudbone, he almost broke his ankle. It was bad. When Spiral went up to the top to perform the plancha, he slipped and fell. That was kind of it. And then, of course, that's not even what cost him the match. What cost him the match was the fireball to the face.
You're right.
But he had not been 100% for at least since before he won the GCW title. He wasn't even 100% going into that match. And it's one of those injuries, knees and ankles. Like, you can go on them for some time, then eventually they're just like, you know what? Not anymore. And Eric Wayne, to his credit, capitalized on a perfect storm of a situation. That's what he did.
Thank you for answering that the way you did. I didn't know if you were going to toe the MOD line, which of course normally involves a straight shoot. But by the same token, I know that cover-ups do occur on occasion.
Well, he was hurt. Like, he was legit hurt in that match against Mudbone. You go back and watch it. Was it the back body drop?
I'm not sure.
It may have been the back roll. Anyways,
I remember that.
And it was instantaneous. You go back and watch that match. Oh, that was in January.
February.
February. Okay, that match was in February. And it was not good. And his ankle swelled up by the time we got to the back. When I helped him get his boot off, it looked bad. But he never told anybody. Because guess what? He didn't want to be that guy. He
wouldn't even let me see it.
He didn't want to be the guy to complain about it. He just put ice on it.
Not.
Him and Clyde were in the gym the next morning. So.
And if you'd have seen him walk to his car, I mean, you'd have had to look hard. That's just Spiral.
Yep. That's right. That's just Spiral.
That's right.
That should be his reality show. Yo, dog, I'm at a whole nother level.
That's just Spiral.
That's just Spiral.
But yeah, that's the caliber of athlete he is.
Next up, Eduardo.
Yeah, I'm actually looking through my video files right now to see what happened to I was going to try to find that match.
Nobody wants to hear. We were talking about Spiral, you dumb bitch. And you over here.
Okay, that was funny, Wick. That was damn funny.
For you. Labrador Great Dane mix, acting like an idiot. Everybody else running around with little shithead dogs that you can put in purse. My motherfucker don't eat a purse.
Of course, you're making a reference to Steve Mongo McMichael there. Him and that damn Paris Hilton dog from Nitro era.
There are a lot of people that have small dogs. That drives me insane.
I can't have a small dog. Sorry.
I mean, I can, but I don't take it out in public like it's an accessory. It's not a goddamn fucking wristwatch. It's a fucking dog.
So we we'll eat a dog as if one portrays them as an accessory, right? we'll make barbecue jokes about it anyway, right?
Yeah, definitely. Or feed it to this big fucking dog over here that's looking at me like, I'm hungry still. Hello.
I'm about to cook this steak. Hold your horses.
Anyways, Eduardo, you were saying, sir? Were we so rudely interrupted by Iris?
Oh, no, you're fine. J.P. McGregor and Maniac O'Malley, representing the Brotherhood, challenging for the GCW and World Tag Team titles against Leon the Bull Stresser and Mad Dog Dan Sawyer. Fire away.
Man, JP fucking brought it. JP has not missed a step in the ring. I know he's been doing stuff in Mississippi and different parts of Alabama. This is the first time he's been on GCW TV as a wrestler. Jesse Payne, as we all know him, fantastic. O'Malley did pretty fucking good as well. O'Malley was one of those guys who went out, and they gelled well together. Leon the Bull has come so far, progressing each match in the ring, able to go out. The fans are totally behind him, and Dan is Mad Justice. It's just, this was a really, really good match, and I was happy that Mad Justice was able to pull it out. And then we almost saw a restart of the match, Eddie. Did we not?
Almost.
But almost only counts in horses and hand grenades.
That's
and
right.
Next month, July 30th, a 3-on-3, a 6-man tag. I have no idea who their third man is. But.
I have been... Okay, folks. For those of you listening, I have no knowledge of their partner. I have no idea who it is. I have not been in touch with the front office to see what contracts have been coming through. To see if it's somebody new or somebody coming back or somebody who is already there. I have no idea. So please, Please, please quit asking me. The next edition of Global Championship Wrestling's GCW Radio is going to be Tuesday, the 19th of July. It's going to be just over 3 weeks away. Dan Sawyer, who is one of the hosts of that show, might, keyword might, divulge that information on GCW Radio. So, mark your calendars. Once again, Tuesday, July 19th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central, for GCW Radio. He might just want to keep it a surprise. Like I said, me no front office full time. Me no want to know. Me find out when me find out. Okie dokie, you'll get egg roll. Bye-bye.
That is probably the most racist thing you've ever said.
Thank you.
Which, coming from this show, I mean, it fits right into our tropes. If there's a trope, it's definitely here on this show. If you're not offended, we're not doing our jobs.
Thank you. You did watch the slideshow, you son of a gun.
That's old school, motherfucker shit. That's been a cornerstone. We may be an educational comedy / shoot / somebody please fucking give those motherfuckers some damn money. Rock and Roll Express instead of a $13 fucking check.
And a hot dog.
Type show, but still. Saying.
Now, I'm also going to throw this one out because it was solidified the fact that if Veronica Fairchild's healthy, she will defend against Malaya Hosaka. Once again, 6-man tag team main event. Titles will not be on the line, as all 3 members of the Brotherhood. Of course, that also means that the middleweight title will not be defended that night either. God, I missed the TV title. And why not just call it, instead of the TV title, bring that sumbitch back and make it the ITV title? Or the MeTV title. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to get my ass barbecued for that one, but it's just, that's legit. Look, I know, once again, that Eric Wayne will be back on Saturday, July 30th, and he will be defending against Spiral. And you know, there have been some major questions brought up. And over the next few weeks, we're going to have a chance to really start digging deep on them. I'm just... Red, White, and Bruised is going... Of course, the name of the show is going to be a pivotal time for a lot of people in Global Championship Wrestling. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how this plays out. So you've already got 3 matches signed for that night. There will be more, I guarantee it. So I will sit back and say, wait. Bide your time. Join us on this roller coaster ride. And remember, you must be at least this tall to ride this ride. And you know exactly where my hand is when I say that.
Oh, God.
This ain't Six Flags, kids.
Oh, dear.
Oldest ride, longest line. Do you have any hypothesis whatsoever as to who their partner might be? Legit?
Yeah, I do, legit, but obviously I'm not going to spoil anything here, because if I'm wrong, then I really look like an idiot, so.
I figured to be the Michelin Man.
It'll be who?
The Michelin Man.
The Michelin. It's just stupid. That'll be the Michelin Man. There's so many people that want at. Oh, that was your knee. There's your ankle. I'm sorry. There's so many people that want at the Brotherhood. It is unbelievable. They will line up for a chance. I promise you that.
I heard a rumor that it's going to be the Inhuman Fly. Have you heard that rumor?
The Inhuman Fly.
Wow. Well, who knows? That'd be great to see. Who knows?
I just took Wick totally off guard on that one.
Yes, and also the fact I just saw Apollo Cruz's toy.
Yes, his
my
figure.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got an action figure?
Yes, he
He
does.
absolutely
About
does.
damn time.
I know, it is about damn time. I'm sorry about that, but yes, Inhuman Fly is definitely a possibility. I mean, think about the roster. Who on the roster? If Clyde Braddock didn't have this little. It is a full-fledged war against Francisco. He would be a good choice. Of course, Spire would be a good choice. There's somebody that definitely would be a great choice that is not on the roster currently that would be a big pickup for this match. Not saying anything, but it would be great AJ Steele.
Jimmy Rave.
AJ Steele.
I'd like to see Steele back.
I'd like to see AJ Steele back too.
You and everybody else. Well, yeah.
But,
All of
come
us
on.
and everybody else.
Come on. Let's. They don't want me in that ring. Let's just get that out of the way.
You know what I want to do?
I want to see Eddie Layne. Never waste a face turn.
Yes. That is a great idea.
What, me back in the ring?
Yes, you, Leon, and Mad Dog. You'd be fast Mad Justice. Fast Justice.
I love it. Book it.
Fucking Fast Justice.
Somebody.
Look, if we book this match, I book this match under one stipulation. The one of us that gets the pin out of the 3 of us, the other 2 by dinner. Then I'll take that match. Because I'll be kicking everybody's ass. And that's a shoot.
Eddie's hungry, y'all. That's what he's saying.
I'm a growing boy. I want my din-din.
Well, we'll definitely have to wait for that 6-man tag. So that is upcoming July 30th. Red,
Look,
white, and bruised.
That would be awesome. I'm sorry. I'm still tripping on that. Yes.
Fast Justice. Book it, Dano.
Yes. Book it, Dano.
You honestly think Sawyer's going to let the mad part get omitted? I don't think so.
You know it's not going to happen. Magic Mad Motor Mouth. Justin.
Motor in.
Funny.
You said motor. First thing popped in my head was motor in. Watch up.
Your eyes, moonlight.
There you go.
What would be your entrance music? That had to be your entrance music now.
I am not playing slow ass Night Ranger for my entrance music. If I play anything, I'm I'm bringing back the song I told you about. Either Like a Storm, I Love the Way You Hate Me, which a lot of people do. Love you too, guys. And or of course the other one, believe it or not, I actually have one that I would consider if working babyface right now.
Well, of course you would be.
Pitbull, Bad Man.
Like Pitbull, Tsarion.
Oh my gosh.
You know the song I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
No.
I don't listen to Pitbull.
Oh,
I like
dude.
that.
I don't.
We'll go to break and I'll play it for you when we get there.
Go. Here we go. We get to hear them break. We're gonna go to our, I guess top of the hour break. I don't know what that is.
Second break. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, well, there we go. We're going to take our break.
Do me a favor.
Coming back
Wait,
live
wait.
Beyond Ringside Radio Network,
Wait.
beyondringside.com.
Before we go, real quick, for everybody watching on YouTube and Daily Motion right now, remember, we only put up the first hour. If you tune over to Beyond Ringside Radio, the TuneIn Radio app, as well as ProWrestlingRadio.net, you do hear the full version of the To Be Determined show. Also, don't forget, you can find it through various other sources, including Podomatic and iTunes. So once again, for everybody who's catching this, okay, we're live right now, 9:59 Central Time on the 29th of June. But if you're listening or watching this on YouTube, come on over to the station, come on over to the podcast. You can find the full episode there. There you go, Wick. Take us on out.
The To Be Determined show live Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com, as well as ProWrestlingRadio.net.